My name is Matt, and this is the very first picture of my son. It is a memory that I will carry with me to the grave, like all parents. But for me, I recall first being super excited and then that excitement immediately turning to fear. Now, I've been involved in education and in social services and in healthcare for 20 plus years, and I knew that there's something different about raising a black boy in America. You know, there's less grace. There's less room for error. The data about black boy outcomes is really pretty grim if you've looked at it. In education especially, black boys are usually at the very bottom of the pack. It's like there's something toxic in the water. You know, something that is poisoning the minds of our boys, poisoning their spirits. And this is the point of this group. If you are a parent who has felt similar fear about raising your black boy, then I want us to be in dialogue about it. I want us to trade ideas and strategies that will improve the probability of success for our boys. For whatever reason, in the U.S. culture, the parents of black boys do have less room for error. And that is why we have to be incredibly strategic. We've got to become better negotiators, better planners, better collaborators, better evaluators of our child's progress. This is what we will need to do if we're going to unlock our son's potential. And again, that is what this group is about. This group is going to focus a ton on education. And to be clear, education is not school. School is an institution. Schools worry about payroll and contract negotiations and facilities and policies. Education is all about learning. So this group is going to be focused on the learning that your black boy needs to succeed. And spoiler alert for you, much of that learning is not going to come from your school. And on the topic of schools briefly, I don't blame schools for the problems we see with black boys, but I do see a structural problem. Schools think that they are in charge of the child's learning, when I believe that is the parent who is in charge. So this group is all about parents and what they need to do, sometimes with the school and sometimes without. This is about helping parents reclaim ownership of their child's learning, and that's what we're about here. So the last thing I want to tell you, though, is my motivation for being here. This is a picture of my son now. Despite all the craziness we've witnessed in the news over the last, 18 years of his life, especially as it relates to black boys, despite all this, I stand here today completely unafraid about my son's future. I am at complete peace. Why? Because I know that he is extremely well prepared in the things that matter, specifically in his character. More so than anything else, character makes a man, and that character has been shaped in part by a faith that has grounded him, kept his head from getting too big. He's not perfect, y'all. Hear me. But he is very well prepared. And it is this confidence that I want you to have. And this confidence came, by the way, not because of the institution we call school. It didn't come because I'm that smart, right? It came because of the many parents who went before me and then who coached me and guided me and sometimes kicked me in the ass to make sure I was doing right by my son. So thank you, Thomas Glenn. Thank you, Lionel Jellins. Arva Howard, thank you. Mary Peters, Rebecca Barnes, Robert Rivera, thank you. Neil Anderson, Carlos Solis, Icky Soma, Don Taylor, Michael Haywood. I could go on and on and on. But this LinkedIn group is my attempt to do for you what they did for me. They helped me to understand that normal is broken in American schools. And it is those parents who are a little weird who have the best chance of seeing their child succeed, particularly their black boy. This is my motivation. I want you to have the same level of peace that I feel right now about my son. I want you to have the calm in knowing that your son is going to be ready for a world that is going to expect less of him, a world that will sometimes be hostile to him, a world that is also changing incredibly fast and creating completely new opportunities. And parents, I got to be honest with you, it's going to be principally your job to get your child ready to thrive in this world. And you're going to need help. And I want this site to be a location for you to get the counsel and support that I received. And I want to be a part of that. So one final point, and then I'll let you go. I've got to be honest with you. None of this is going to be easy, but I promise you that it will be worth it, because there's something uniquely satisfying in raising a well-prepared black boy in a culture like ours. This is what I want for you, and if any of this sounds of interest, then please join our group and forward this to at least one other parent or an ally who can add to the dialogue in this group. I am very much looking forward to the conversations and to working to unlock the potential of your beautiful black boys. So let's get to work.